Hi, beautiful. I'm Jerry. I hope you're really, really well. I'm going to take these. Oops, a bit wobbly. Yeah, I was guided to do a live, but also to share this incredible process that I've been using to create magic in people's lives, basically. It's based on a combination of ancient alchemical and shamanic practices, along with modern day cutting edge neuroscience and epigenetics breakthroughs. So I've been studying and I'm qualified, and I'm super excited to share this with you. And the reason I wanted to do it today is because we're in a 3-day window where, and if you're watching this on the replay, it's perfect, no matter when you're catching this, okay? So basically we've got a few days before the full moon, and then just after that we've got the equinox, equal dark and light, daytime and nighttime. So basically what's happening is we may have a few days of, seeing the things that aren't serving us in our world, habits, things that trigger us, distractions, addictions, what else? Things that really aren't serving us. We might become more aware of them, but also, you might even find you've got physical symptoms, like headaches, or like the side effects of the side effects that, hold on, let me put that in, all right. Yeah, the side effects that you'd normally get from allergies, things, all of these kind of weird things. And I don't want to put ideas in your head if it's not happening to you, if it's not brilliant. But if you are feeling a bit weird, or even super sensitive, even more sensitive than normal, it's fine. And it's actually beautiful, because what's happening is that you're suddenly becoming super conscious and aware. And your comfort zone, where the magic does not happen, might actually be feeling even more like a discomfort zone, right? And this is happening in the micro and on the macro, in our lives and in the world, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take you through a process. And it's actually a 5-step process to creating and manifesting what you really, really, really would love, whether that is better health, a purpose-driven life, overflowing abundance, whatever it is. And especially the thing that's a bit sticky, the thing that maybe you find resistance around, or you always find yourself going back to the therapist, or another course or another workshop, or reading another book, okay? And actually, if that resonates at all, I have 2 things to say to you, okay? The first is that you are amazing and you don't need fixing. Yeah? That's the first thing. You're amazing. You do not need fixing. All that needs to happen is that the resistance that's potentially between you and what you would love needs to clear, okay? Now, the second thing I want to say to you is I want you to grab my free training. I'm going to put the link when I finish this live. But it is 2 hours long, but you can imagine, it's like, oh, okay, here's my magic wand. I shake it and suddenly all the things you've been trying to manifest, which haven't been manifested, are suddenly in your life. No. Fortunately, it doesn't happen like that, but there is a magic pill inside of that training. But it takes the 2 hours to really take you through this amazing process. But that being said, I'm going to give you a little sneak preview now. Okay. So let's have some fun. Let's have some fun, basically. Okay. So the first question I've got for you is, what is it that you would love? What would you love to create? What would you love to manifest? If you could have your life any way you wanted, right? Like the amazing health, energy, overflow and abundance. You're doing a work you love, or you have a business you love. Love life, health, everything is just rocking. Okay, so I want you to think about that end result and think about life and what it's like for you. Okay. So what's that like? Who's with you? How does it feel? How does it feel to have achieved the levels of health and vitality that you would love? You have all the amazing friendships and love, relationships, marriage, whatever it is you'd love. You have all of that rocking in your life. You're living your purpose. You're doing work you love, and you're being very handsomely rewarded for it. Maybe that's the area you want to focus on. So just choose one area. Choose one end result that you'd love. Or it could be a life. I choose the life I love. I choose to live the life I love. So I want you to finish that sentence. I choose. And word it obviously in positive words. So obviously you wouldn't go, oh, I choose not to be ill. Yeah, because then, your consciousness is just searching for illness. So you want to focus. You want all of your consciousnesses, and I'll talk about them in a minute. You want them all focused on one thing, on what you would love and what you would love to create. So finish the sentence, I choose. Or you can say, I choose the end result of. For instance, I choose the end result of living my true nature and purpose. Or I choose the end result of being healthy. Or I choose the end result of overflow in abundance, etc., etc. Okay, so just focus on one. Just have one thing in there. You can always watch the replay and do it again and, use another area of your life. But let's just focus on one thing at the moment. Okay, so that's the first step. And the second step is, so where are you now? Now, this is where you need to be really real. If life is pretty icky compared to what you'd love, you need to be real with yourself. You need to just allow yourself to focus on that for a moment. Okay, so what's happening in life? How far are you away from that end result that you would love? So for instance, say it's health, okay? So allow yourself to think about, what's not fabulous in the area of your health, your energy levels. You might even want to write this down. So what is it? What's happening now? And also, how does that feel? Allow yourself, I know, okay, I'm on a Facebook Live. I should be sharing magic and love. But you see, I am. But you need to be real with yourself, because we need to create what's called creative tension. Okay, so this is what you love at this end of the elastic band. And then this is where you are now, okay? And just by getting clear on these 2 points, you've created something called tension, but it's creative tension. It's powerful. And here's the thing. tension. So here I am now, and here's my desired reality. This is what I'd love. And this is where I am now. Just by setting up those 2 points, you've created creative tension. Now here's the thing. Tension seeks resolution. So the natural thing to happen is for this tension to resolve itself towards your vision, towards your dream, what you love. And this is the piece that's missing in the law of attraction. You know, they don't ask you to get real about where you are now in relation to what you create. But this is nature. This is everywhere in nature. You know, you see it in the construction of sentences in conversation. How are you? I've set up tension. It needs to be resolved. Someone is going to answer me. Or in a stream flowing down the mountain into a river towards the sea. That's tension, and its structure is the riverbed, okay? So you've just created a very powerful structure in allowing yourself to say, okay, this is what I would love, and this is where I am now, okay? So now what I'd love you to do, so you've got clear of what you'd love, where you are now and how that feels. Now, I want you to allow yourself to bask in the end result of your dream again. So to really feel what that feels like when you've created what you love. How does that feel? Who's with you? What's happening in your life? What does it feel like? Whether it's to have that health and vitality, or overflowing abundance, or to be fulfilling your purpose, to have this purpose-driven life with overflowing abundance. Whatever area of life it is that you have decided to focus on today, you know, big it up. You know, let's really play there. Let's feel how incredible that is. I mean, that feels amazing. What am I going to focus on? Yeah, why don't I'm feeling a life I love. I'm a life I love. And then I've thought about where I am in relation to that now. And now I'm going to allow myself to just bask in that end result. And it feels amazing. It feels incredible. I'm swimming with the dolphins. The water is warm enough to swim about there in the ocean for an hour. Even without a wetsuit, it feels amazing. I get out of my car and I get back to my car and I've still got a warm Kona coffee from when I went into the water, and I sip my coffee and I've got tears of gratitude, tears of awe at how amazing and magical life is. So that's just an example, okay? So allow yourself to really feel how incredible it feels to be in that end result, right? Now the next step, the fourth step, is what we're going to do is we're going to allow the resistance to be removed, taken away. So if you can imagine you're playing on the playing field of your life, and on this little playing field, all these little gophers have popped up, and they've left these like little mounds of dirt all over the playing field of life, right? So you can't move effortlessly and easily towards your dreams. So what we're actually going to do, and I'll talk to you about the superconscious and everything in a moment. We're going to actually ask your superconscious to brush away, almost like with a feather, all of these bumps that are preventing you from moving effortlessly towards what you'd love, okay? And they're going to brush them away so that then you can flow towards your dreams in the perfect place, in the perfect order, okay? And I'm going to ask your permission before we go into that process. So we have a superconscious, okay? And our superconscious has always been with us, and it always will be with us, okay? So it was there before you were even a thought in your parents' hearts, minds. and it's going to be there. It's basically there all the time, and it just wants experiences. Okay, it wants experiences. Doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. It just wants to experience life. Okay. And then we have the unconscious. And the unconscious has been with us from about the third trimester, just before you were born. And it looks after your breathing and your heart and, learning languages, learning how to drive a car, your unconscious, okay? And then we've got the self-conscious, the third one. And the self-conscious comes into being when you're about from about 4 years old onwards. And it's basically our ego. It's the thing that allows us to know, to learn that we're separate, right? So that's the self-conscious. Now, all of these working together, basically to allow us to live, to keep us alive, Now, the superconscious, as I said, just wants experiences. So actually what I do in this process is I talk to your superconscious, which is your unlimitedness. It's the unified field. It's the place of the one mind, the place of all ideas and inspiration, okay? And I'm actually going to connect my superconscious with your superconscious so that it can allow you to have less pain and more satisfaction in life, okay? And if I wanted to get a bit complicated about this, what it would be like would be, when you have aha moments, you go, like you've been trying to work something out or remember or think about something, and suddenly you stop thinking about it and you go, I got it, okay? It's kind of like that on steroids. When you give me permission, and when I connect with your superconscious and I ask it to just remove all of the resistance, all of those little gopher bumps in between where you are now and what you would love. Okay, so what I'd love you to do, I'm going to be quiet for a moment. What I'd love you to do is to think about what you would love, that dream, that vision, and think about where you are now. And give me a number. You can keep it to yourself or put it in the comments. So I want you to give me a number between 0 and 10, okay? 0 is no resistance at all. Like you're flowing towards those dreams, man. They're like rocking, okay? And you're boop, 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 manifesting. No problemo. And 10 is like this road full of boulders and mountains and roadblocks, and you can't get towards manifesting your dream, okay? So 0 to 10, pop the number into the comments or just put a yes telling me you're ready, okay? So what's that number? What's that number of resistance? 0 is flowing, 10 is the most resistance you could imagine. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment. So what I would love, there's a couple more things I want to share before I go into the process and before I ask you for permission to connect you with your superconscious, but I just need to just be quiet for a moment, okay? So I'll give you some time to type in what number that resistance is. And as I said, if you're watching this on the replay, it's as powerful. Okay, can I have permission to connect with your superconscious? Thank you. You can just say yes to yourself or yes out loud. So, to play along with this, it's better if you're somewhere quiet. and just focusing on this. But basically, you're in control. Your superconscious is in control. All that's going to happen is that I'm going to connect with your superconscious, okay? With the focus being what you would love to create, okay? And I'm actually going to get the superconscious to remove those little bumps that are in between where you are now and thank you, and where you would love to be, what you would love to create, okay? This process came originally from someone called Gary Flint, who used to use it with people with PTSD, multiple personality disorders, etc. And it's combined with another few modalities, and Dr. Joe Dispenza does something similar, but I think you need to kind of meditate for a few hours a day, which I used to do. But, you know, when you've got it all going on in your life, sometimes you just can't do that. So this is a really rapid way of allowing you to rebirth into your greatness, right? With all the wisdom, but without all the pain and negative emotions of all the experiences in your life, but also would have been passed down to you through generations. Bert Hellinger, who created the family constellation, said that we're carrying, well, this is what he could record anyway and confirm, that we carry 7 generations of memory, trauma, etc. Okay, 7 generations. And in my clinical work and in my experience, I know it's a lot more, but that's only what he could confirm scientifically, right? But epigenetics shows us, Dr. Bruce Lipton and all these amazing people who I love to bits have shown us, you know, epigenetics means we can change our genes. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be connecting with your superconscious. You'll hear me muttering. You might hear me talking. It doesn't matter. You've given me permission. That's fine. If you've given me permission, then we can remove all of these blocks. But the superconscious knows what it needs to remove in the perfect order and in the perfect place, so that you can have this incredible life, because it's time. And when we all have incredible lives, we have an incredible world. Okay, so thank you for permission. And if you're just joining, then feel free to watch the replay. If you are just joining, ask yourself, what would I love? What's your big dream? Put it in positive words. Where am I now? Really grounded. Where am I now in relation to that? Being real with yourself. And feel the emotions of the dream and of where you are. And then give me a number of resistance from 0 to 10. 0, no resistance. 10, the most resistance you can imagine. And we're going to connect with your superconscious. So just give me permission. Superconscious, are you there? Fantastico! So superconscious, this is really exciting because we're on a Facebook Live. It's the first time we've done a Facebook Live. So I'm asking everyone what they'd love and where they are now. And as you can see, superconscious, there are some of those little gopher bumps and mounds in the way between them and what they would love to create. So superconscious, can we create a treatment process create a beautiful treatment history and everything, and clearing those gopher bumps, that resistance, so that we can move effortlessly and with fun towards creating our desired end result. Thank you. So remember to breathe, you that are watching. Nice deep breathing. Super conscious. What is priority today? Okay, it's number 1. Alignment with desire. Okay, so clearing any resistance to alignment with desire. I can, I will, I would love to, but this is my dream, but superconscious, you place these blocks there at a time when it was true for this person not to have the dream, not to move effortlessly towards creating the life they love, so that they have less pain, more satisfaction in life. Just removing that resistance. Thank you, superconscious. Thank you, superconscious. Please clear and do a massive change history and everything in this and all areas. All events, past, present, future. All fear of events, please clear, do a massive change history and everything. Do you need help? Okay, do we have a belief that we would like to be brought up into the active experience? So I'm unworthy, I'm unlovable, I need to be perfect. Do we have another one that needs to be brought up? I'm not good enough. Okay. Okay, thank you. So please treat this resistance in the perfect way, in the perfect order, and do a massive change history. Okay, we've got 6, 7, 8, Okay, belief systems. So allow any belief systems, beliefs, negative emotions to come up into the active experience. And please treat and do massive change history. At one time, it might have been safe, superconscious. You brought in this belief of not being good enough, or not being capable, or not having the capacity. And it may have served this person. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But not anymore. They would love to create their dreams now. So allowing any resistance that's true to leave today to be cleared, so they have less pain and more satisfaction in life. Thank you, superconscious. Do we have any more belief systems? No. Okay, superconscious, are you finished? Okay, I'll check in. Okay, let's check in. How are you doing? So what is that number now when you think about flowing freely towards creating what you love, towards your goals? What number resistance, if any? Is it 0? What number is it? If you type it into the comments, and even if you're watching the replay, then you can play along too. So this is just a good to check in. Good, well done. So we're going to go back in, and even if you reach 0, that's fine. You can come back in with us. So we're going to go back in for another round. So close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Take some nice deep breaths. Thank you, superconscious. Are you still there, superconscious? Good. Thank you, thank you. So superconscious, can you clear any trauma, negative emotions, any fear around broken agreements of theirs or with others, or ancestral? And also, can we bring in the support from all the ancestors on both sides? On both sides, mother and father, but also on both sides of each of those mothers and fathers. And let's clear the family history of any negative thoughts, beliefs, trauma, so that we can all move effortlessly and with so much fun and ease towards creating our dreams. Thank you, superconscious. Good work, superconscious. You're on the ball today. We love you. Okay, superconscious, so are we done for today? No, one more. Okay, is there a new priority? Deservedness, worthiness, yeah. Allowing us all to be queens, the queens of our own lives, and being sovereign. Let's allow all of us to know that we are sovereign beings, that we create a beautiful reality, and that we're focused on creating what we love. And even when we wobble, it's okay. The wobbles are all a part of it. Let's hug those wobbles, superconscious. Can you see any resistance that's come up around deservedness, around being the king or the queen of our lives, around being sovereign, powerful and gentle, and creating what we love? So we're getting rid of the pain, but keeping the wisdom. Thank you, superconscious. Okay, and then finally, just if there's any negative emotions, any fear, any sadness, grief, and then the body systems and the chakras, just clearing any resistance, any pain, any trauma that's lodged in any of those areas, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, all of the chakras. And then grounding all of that change into the matrix of the earth, transforming all to love, to joy. And allowing that to ripple out to anyone who gives permission to allow more satisfaction into their lives. Just saying yes to receive. Thank you, Superconscious. Okay. In your own time, just slowly opening your eyes. I need to grab some water. So how are we doing out there? What number resistance are we now? So one thing I forgot to talk about before I went into that was about the that we all have dormant memories in our consciousness, right? And so if I was to say to you, when was the last time you rode a bike? Suddenly that memory that was dormant has come into the active experience. And that's what it's like living. You know, we're fine, we're doodling along, and then something happens and we remember something, or maybe we're triggered or whatever. And that's because a dormant memory has come into the active experience. So when I'm connecting with your superconscious, that's really what I'm doing, is we're connecting to that superconscious so that it can allow whatever is potentially, stopping you creating what you love from manifesting. We're allowing it to clear. Because please take this away today, and that is that you're a perfect, divine, incredible being, okay? You don't need fixing. You don't need healing. You just need any resistance that's in the way of you creating what you love smoothed out, basically, okay? So please don't stay or get in a loop of healing, trying to fix yourself, personal development, books. Because what happens is often we're moving towards our goal quite happily, yeah? There's our desired reality, there's our current reality. And, we're moving towards our goal, and then suddenly it gets really uncomfortable, and we think we've got to go and fix ourselves or get some therapy or read another book to have the perfect morning routine, or to whatever, eat the right way, But look at Warren Buffett, what is he, like 90 or something? He has a McDonald's and a Coke every day. Like, he doesn't fix himself, Steve Jobs, he wasn't a nice guy, but look what he has created. So this is all about you being a creator of what you love, so that you are then flowing towards your dream. So if you love that, click on the link, and I'm going to pop in this video. And you can get access to a free 2-hour training where I go in depth and I take you all on this powerful journey to rebirth into the magnificent queen goddess that you are in your essence. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you for playing, and be gentle with yourself, and feel free to share this video as well. Okay, fill out your name and your email address and I'll get that training to you right away. I love you so much. Bye now.